Hi there, welcome to Constitution Study Television. I am Douglas V. Gibbs, your host. And sorry, it's been about a little over a week or something like that since the last video. I had to leave the state and I have a second home up on the Oregon coast that I inherited from my father when he passed away. And so I go up there every once in a while. And while we're up there, I had a nice little adventure. And then when we got back, first thing I do is I turn on the television and Spectrum One News. I have Spectrum, and they have the Spectrum One News that comes on automatically, and it's very, very left-wing reporting. And they're talking about the immigration issue and illegal aliens, and the woman's arguing that if illegal aliens are not counted towards the apportionment for the House of Representatives, this goes back to that not too long ago question about whether or not a check mark for citizen should be on the census, and the Supreme Court unconstitutionally decided that it shouldn't be when it should be. That's a whole different video, which we've already done. But she says that if illegal aliens are not counted on the census, that it could hurt the state when it comes to receiving federal benefits. I thought, okay, that's interesting. From a constitutional point of view, these federal benefits, where is it authorized? And so I wanted to kind of tackle that, this question about federal benefits. First of all, do we want illegal aliens receiving federal benefits? When they've lived in another country, suddenly they cut in line when legal immigrants have gone through the process. My wife, for God's sake, came here illegally, was on a green card, and even being married to me and raised in this country, it took her 3 years to get her citizenship, naturalization, once she started the process. It took 3 years, and all kinds of fees and all kinds of stuff like that. But, and she had been, paying taxes all her life. Now these people cut in line, they've not been paying taxes in this country, and they're expecting benefits from the federal government and from the state government and so on and so forth. So first of all, there's nothing in the Constitution that gives them federal benefits or allows them, authorizes that they do, first of all. Second of all, why should they? They haven't been participating in the society. And by going through the process, going through the paperwork, in a sense it's saying, hey, I'm giving up where I came from, I'm giving my allegiance to you, and I'm willing to go through the process to do it. By cutting in line and being a legal alien, you're saying, oh, no, I still hold allegiance to my country, and I want to steal from your country by just sneaking in. And, I mean, isn't that how you feel? If you were at Disneyland and someone cut in line, and, how would you feel? Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, Americans are a giving people. We are a giving and considerate, and I mean, nobody gives more charity around the world than the United States of America. American charities are around the world doing things because of the good heart of Americans. We have a good heart as a country. I get that. And that's part of the reason why this immigration issue is such a tough one. Because, the goodness in our heart, we want to, these poor families. The problem is, that's a small portion of it. It's an invasion. We have, persons from the Middle East, persons from Africa, persons from China that are walking across the border, and they have nothing but ill intent for our country. When someone knocks on my door, I don't just open the door and say, hey, come on in and raid the fridge. I look around the door, I vet them first before I even let them in. Make sure I know them. Make sure they're safe in my home. Not because I hate those people outside, but because I love the people on the inside. And I want to, keep what's in my fridge in my fridge. So, but that set aside, what the woman was arguing on Spectrum One was, but the states will get less federal benefits. Because, see, the states get federal monies based on certain things. Highway funds and, and other programs and things, all kinds of different stuff. And if you've got a higher poor population, well, it's going to give you more federal money. And it's funny because the left calls anyone who's not on the left greedy because they believe in a free market and profit. But isn't that greedy that you're willing to use a lower class of people to take more money from the federal government, using people who aren't even supposed to be here? It's almost like cheating, cutting a line at Disneyland, right? so that you can get more money. But, back to the constitutionality of it. Where in the Constitution does it give the federal government the authority to give money to the states? Why do they even have the money they have? Why are the states giving up all of our money? Because 16th Amendment created this direct taxation, so they tax us directly. 85% of federal spending is unconstitutional, so that means about 15% of your taxes are actually going to constitutional spending, theoretically. So why is this going on? Why is the federal government even giving us and they blackmail the states with it? Hey, you better do what we want, otherwise you won't get this funding, you won't get that funding. I remember back in the 70s, hey, you better drop your speed limit to 55 or we'll just stop giving you federal highway funds. Don't worry, it's voluntary. We can't force you to drop your speed to 55, but if you don't, no money. Well, it's not constitutional. So first of all, that woman's argument, we need to count the illegal aliens so that, we get our federal benefits. Well, it's unconstitutional. States are supposed to handle their interior stuff. Why? The money goes out to the federal government because we let it. I am waiting for a state to declare the W-2 withholding unconstitutional, keep all the money. I'm waiting for the 16th Amendment to be repealed. It wasn't even properly ratified. That's what started the excuse for direct taxation, which eventually became W-2 withholding, income tax, IRS, all that jazz, which is all from the original founding point of view unconstitutional. It was made constitutional by the 16th Amendment, but really, the 16th Amendment wasn't properly ratified, so it's still unconstitutional. That's a whole different video also. There's no authority. So first of all, the federal benefits argument is ridiculous. Why do we want federal benefits anyway? Why can't we take care of ourselves? Each state is different. They're going to need money for different reasons, and they're going to tax it in different ways depending on the state. It's like some states don't have sales tax. Some states have a lower income tax. Some have higher. It comes down to their needs as a state. And for the federal government to get involved in that, it's none of their business. That's unconstitutional spending. Remember, the federal government was created for external issues and a handful of domestic issues like postal service, disputes between the states, things like that. Disputes between the states, like with commerce. Commerce Clause does not allow them to get involved any time something crosses state lines, only when there's a dispute, and that's, once again, another video. But it's totally unconstitutional. So the whole argument, we need to count the illegal aliens for the federal benefits. Federal benefits are unconstitutional in the first place. So you're saying, act unconstitutional so you can get something that's unconstitutional. Because immigration law is there for a reason. And it's constitutional law. And for us to give amnesty, to have sanctuary states, that's all unconstitutional. Hope you enjoyed this information. Hope you learned something from it. I'm going to start doing more videos again. We'll get back into the swing of things. Sorry there was a break. Once again, I was out of town. But we're back. So always remember, united we stand, combined we kick butt. God bless America, my friends. God bless you. Stay patriotic, stay safe, and, stay constitutional. DouglasVGibbs.com, politicalpistachio.com. See you next time. Don't forget to, actually, it's over here. Subscribe. Subscribe to my videos if you haven't. If you just stumbled upon this, he's like, I like this guy. Subscribe. And then on top of that, there's a notification bell there. Hit the notification bell. So if I do go on vacation for a week, you know not to visit this page until you get a notification in your email saying, hey, Doug made a new video. Spread the word about these videos. I'm working on also new videos on my other page at youtube.com/DouglasVGibbs. I have 2 pages, this one and that one. Subscribe to both. We'll see you next time. Thanks for spending the time with me.